y'all, it's Nicole and we are back with another hack the heck out of Canva tutorial. This time we're going to learn how to make custom Canva templates using Affinity. What's Affinity? Affinity is comparable to Photoshop. In my humble personal opinion, I think it's so much better, and so I use it all the time. And so I had to figure out how to use the tool to make custom Canva frames. What's a custom Canva frame? Let me show you. Dun, da, da, da. Here we have custom Canva frames. So you probably already know what it is because you probably were searching for this video and I'm gonna show you. But for those who don't, here is a custom Canva frame where you can drop any image inside these frames. So let's get into it. But before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, show your girl some love. Also, I'll be leaving a link down in the description box for Affinity. Not an affiliate link because they don't do that sort of thing. But if you just kind of subscribe to my channel, that'll show your support too. I'll also be leaving a couple of the Canva frames that we did for free for you. Check the description. Okay guys, here I am in Affinity Designer. So I'm just gonna open up a new document. And I'm just gonna do 3000 by 3000 pixels. There. And the first thing I'm gonna do is show you how to just create a simple shape. So over here, I'm gonna pull out, let's do a heart. And we're just gonna drag and draw out a heart here. Perfect. And I'm just gonna color it just so that we can see it. The next thing I'm gonna do is add a stroke. Now you don't have to do this, but I like to add a stroke because then I can have like an outline on the image itself. So, stroke. All right, that's good. The next thing you wanna do is go to Layer, Convert to Curves. When you convert to curves, basically you're creating a frame, right? This frame will be translated into Canva when you pull it back in. And so having this image as a curve is the most important thing. Now to separate the outline from the image, we're just gonna go back into Layer and click Expand Stroke. Perfect. Now we have this separate. Cool. All right, and then the second to last thing that you want to do is kind of drag in any image. So just any image, any texture, whatever you have, whatever you want. Just gonna pull in this image here, size it up, make sure that it will cover the entire thing. And then, so if you're a Photoshop user, you're kind of used to using like smart objects to kind of bring a texture or an image inside of another image. But in Affinity, it's a little different, a lot simpler. You're just gonna drag it, kind of tuck it into that image on the right here, if you see. So if I go back, we can move it up and down the layers. So that's gonna move it behind it. But if you kind of move it over just a tab, it's going to drop it inside of it. So as you can see, I can move that around and it is officially a frame. Cool. I'm going to do the same to the inner part. Cool. So the last thing you want to do in order to convert it into something that Canva can read, we need to save this as a PDF. So you can go to File, Export, or the hotkeys will be Control-Alt-Shift-S or Command if you're on a Mac, but I don't have a Mac, so Windows it is. I'm going to export this as a PDF, and I'm just going to leave all the presets. It really doesn't matter, PDF for print, all of that, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to export the whole document. and then save it. Okay, now I'm in Canva and I'm going to just open up my file. So create design, import file. I'll find my file and then I'll upload it. Okay, once that's uploaded, just click open it up. I'm just gonna move that around so you can see. You can press delete on the keyboard once you have this in your hand. And now it's a Canva frame. It's wonderful because with this way, you can change it to a color, like just any color you want, or you can drop in a texture, like let's say this glitter texture here. I'm gonna put this to the back so you can see, and this is essentially the same thing because it was saved as a curve. It was a curve originally, and what a curve is gonna be an SVG. The only thing is with SVGs is it can only be colored. It can't really be manipulated with a texture. So we don't really need that. I'm just gonna get rid of it. So here, as you can see, I can delete that dummy image out of there and take this one away. We don't need it. And now I can, of course, drop in any image I want there. Boom. That's how you do it. Next, I'm going to show you how to kind of reverse do that. It's going to be a little more difficult, but we're going to do it in reverse. So if we want to pull an image that's already on Canva into our program and then pull it back into Canva to create that frame. So I'm just gonna search for, I don't know, a unicorn. And for this, it's kind of important that you use a graphic that can already be colored. If you don't, that's okay too, but you'll just have to do a lot of extra work in converting it into a curve, right? An SVG. So it's just easier to find something that's already useful for you in the format that you need. Let's do this one. That looks randy. Yep, so as you can see, we can color this already. So it's perfect for us. All right, now I'm gonna download this as an SVG. Make our lives a lot easier. Transfer background, download. Now, once that downloads, I'm gonna open it up in my program, Affinity Designer. Here it is. So if we select it, you'll find that there will be some layers here because Canva's going to save it kind of in layers, but we're going to bring this curve out so we can just delete that. So this is a curve. Now, all we have to do, since it's already a curve, go back and find another texture, whatever texture we want. I'm going to size that all the way up and just kind of drag it in again, okay? Cool. And then we just export that as a PDF and place it right back in Canva. All right, let's open it up. And now, boom, we have a unicorn. Again, this is the original SVG that we downloaded, so we don't really need that. But we do have this bad boy, and we can again drop in anything we want. Cool. Yay. Now there is another thing that I want to teach you, and it's how to break down this frame into multiple frames. Because for instance, maybe I want this horn to be a different color than the mane, and maybe different color than the hooves and the body, and the tail a different texture or color or whatever. So I'm going to show you how to do that too. I am going to take that texture out of there and just hide it for now by clicking that. And we do have this curve still. This is how I do it. I take the pen tool and I kind of just cut out whatever area I want to separate. Zoom in here. I'm just, you know, cutting out whatever area. I'm not being precise here because I'm just showing you. I'm going to take off this fill and just kind of pen tool around it. Cool. I'm going to close off that shape there. And then I'm going to use the fill tool just so I can visually see what I'm doing. Doesn't matter, but just so I can visually see what I'm doing. So now you have this curve and you have your original unicorn curve. That is a whole image, okay? Go ahead and select both of these. I press Control on my keyboard and select both of them. And then I'm going to duplicate it. So you can right click and do duplicate, or you can Control C, Control V. So now you have a duplicate of this little cutout and then the whole unicorn. So now that you have those already selected, up here, you're going to go to intersect. Just click that. That, as you see over here, if we hide the other pieces, it just excises the horn that we kind of cut out there with the pen. But if we hide that and reveal the unicorn, it's kind of still there. So that piece we want to get rid of. We kind of want to cut it out from the unicorn. So that's why I had you duplicate it, because now, let me make that visible. Now we can select the unicorn and the little cutout piece that we did, and then we're going to hit subtract. So that's going to subtract it from the unicorn. And when we show this, now we have two pieces. Okay, so that's a little trick that I kind of stumbled upon, but logically it works. Okay, same thing, we're going to do it again. I'm not going to do this whole thing, but I want to show you the technique again. I'm going to zoom into the tail. I'm going to get my pen tool out. I'm just going to kind of excise this all the way around. Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and select the unicorn along with my selection here with the pen tool, and then duplicate it. With this already selected, without moving anything, you want to intersect, and then you want to take that second part that you duplicated and you want to subtract. I hope I explained that well. That was a little wonky, but hopefully I was able to show you. So now, of course, you can move this around, do whatever you want with it, as well as this piece. They're all in pieces. So it's kind of like we're building a puzzle here. So now let's just say that's all the pieces that I wanted. Again, you would come and you would drag and drop in your texture. So let's see this texture we have. Again, save that as a PDF and bring it back into Canva. All right, that is uploading from Canva. I'm gonna open it. And again, delete those images. We don't really need it. And now we have that. Now I can take them and group them together just by selecting them and clicking group up here. Wonderful. There we have it. Great. And now we have a fancy unicorn with 3 different parts. Cool? Cool. I think I'm going to show you one more thing, and this is probably a really popular thing, making text frames. And that's actually just as easy as the first time around. But let's jump back into Affinity. And I'm just going to do some text here. Perfect. So now that you have your font you can go ahead and turn this into a curve. To do that, you'll have to go to Layer and then Convert to Curves. Perfect. Now, if you come over to the Layers panel, you will see that each individual letter or number, whatever you use, is going to be a curve, okay? Now, it's literally just the same as a shape, okay? It's just the same. You're just gonna drag and drop in a texture. You can export the whole document, but since it's kind of tiny inside the document, I'm just going to choose selection only. All right, you know what to do. Open up Canva, click Create a Design, Import File. Select that file, should be a PDF. Open it up. Get rid of the images that you used, doesn't matter, we don't need them. Perfect. And so again, these can be manipulated with different colors. And because we made them the way we made them, you can use images too. Doesn't matter, you can mix and match. Cool? So I hope you found this super helpful. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share, leave some questions down in the comments. I know I kind of went through that. If it's a new program to you, then you can definitely ask me any questions and I'll help further. Okay guys, I'm out of here.